It's an interval of POSIX time measured in number of milliseconds. Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
now let's
Um,
look at interval, right?
yeah, interval is
yeah,
another
let's
type.
look at it.
Yeah, we always got to follow the types like all the
Yeah,
way down.
yeah.
And then it's normally a hash or a byte array.
First one.
So these are
So
of the
yeah.
same
No,
thing,
no,
but
the
check it
first one
out.
is the
Like,
type. First one
See
is
how
the
it's
type.
capital?
Capital, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
yeah,
that
yeah.
you got to pay attention to those because they when it's capital, it's a type.
Okay.
When it's lowercase, it's the function.
Let's just okay.
A type to represent intervals of
Capital
values.
type lowercase function.
Interval are inhabited by a type A, which is useful for non-infinite intervals that have a finite lower bound and or upper bound.
Wait a minute, where are you reading? Okay,
Just
right
the
here.
first,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Useful. Finite.
Time could be more of a complex topic, guys.
True.
If
Yeah,
we
True.
but
right,
Unfortunately. Oh, okay. So here's interval. In a UTXO-based blockchain like Cardano, the management of time can be finicky. Look, it says it right there. Okay. Indeed. Who wrote this? In order to maintain a complete determinism in the execution of scripts, it is impossible to introduce a notion of current time, since the execution would then depend on factor that are external to the transaction itself. The in oh, oh my God, stream of time flowing in our universe. What? I'm copying that. I'm copying that. Okay, that's where am I going to
dude,
put that?
that's
Where am I
so
going to put
good.
that? That is, we're just going to put that up
You can
here
go on our
and just
website, man. That can be our
that.
tagline.
That's our tagline, man. There we go.
the
Man, do you know
ineluctable.
what the shit is
Yeah.
that?
What does that even mean,
Somebody
man?
search that and find out what that means. But anyway,
Let me
hence
ask
to
ChatGPT.
work around this inelucutable we were to a stream of time flowing in our universe. To work around that, we typically define a time interval, which gives a window, aka intervals. Of course, we're going to use the same word that means so many different freaking things. But anyway, a time window. How about just calling it time window within which the transaction can be executed? From within a script, it isn't possible to know exactly when exactly the script is executed, but when we can reason about the interval bounds to validate pieces of logic.
So
So
unavoidable, that's what it says.
unavoidable is
Unavoidable,
in
inescapable, or certain to happen.
okay, it's certain. Time is certain. Okay.
Death is ineluctable.
Death is intellectual. Uh okay. Do you okay. I wonder if we're pronouncing it correctly.
That doesn't matter. We'll pronounce
Oh,
it
It
like we
doesn't matter.
want.
That's definitely a whole. Okay, so but the interval, like help me understand because
yeah, we are actually.
Yeah.
interval.
So
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 I want to see a thing like this for interval. Like it's a type, right? So I want to see like what fields does it have?
I
Yeah.
recently like looked at it. So go to the interval, like the code for the interval, like right here.
All right. Yeah. Oh, they've got it up here too. Pretty funny. Okay. Why is this not? Oh, that's it. That's what I wanted to see. Why in the balls do they not have that in the right here? Right.
I'm gonna remake the docs. I'm gonna say it right now, so you guys make me do it. We need to just ingest all of the open source data and then find a format that gets us where we want. Because I've always had this problem with the Aiken docs. It's like I know like they're smarter than I am, by tenfold.
Yeah,
But the
that's
way
what it
that they've
is.
laid this out is always been difficult for me to navigate it. So
Yeah. That's what I want to see, but that's a good call, Harsha. And yes, we are going to hold you on. The Datum Dawns is that once we start looking at the the neighborhood, then we're gonna start taking over the damn neighborhood. And it's like we run this show now.
We ran this.
Okay, yeah, that's right. So you walk in, like, hey, you need to somebody's gonna come and have to wash these windows for you. Um, you know, so this is what I want to see. So, but it goes down a little further, so it has a field of lower bound, but inside of that is an interval bound, which see, because they are smart, and so it's right underneath it. It's just fuck, no, it's
So
not. No,
interval
here it is,
bound
right here.
is
No, this is it. Interval bound.
yeah. So the interval
That's what I was
bound is
looking
also
for.
defined on top. So interval
Oh, where?
bound type, right above, like the code block. Interval
Here, right here.
bound is a type where
Has
bound
a
type
finite.
is okay. So the lower bound type is finite and the upper bound type is finite. Oh, so interval bound is basically a type which has two fields, which is the bound type, and bound type
Yep.
can either be finite or it can be infinite. It can be negative infinite or positive infinite.
Where are you reading that? Oh, down
The
here.
bottom,
Okay.
yeah.
Wait a minute. So now I get it because you're right. It's not wrong. It's just not fitting what we are. And I'm sorry when we're not, we're friendly mafia people. Okay, here we go. So basically what this is saying is like I want to set an interval between 1 and 10, right?
Uh-huh.
So here I'm setting it to finite and finite. But here's another one. It's just like I want it to run until infinity. So I want it to start at 20 and go until infinity. Am I reading that correctly?
Yes. So that means
Okay.
the transaction has to pass after 20, whatever the 20 means. But then
Yeah.
once it has passed the 20, it will pass throughout for
Right.
infinity.
What's
Right.
inclusive?
And now, so
Inclusive is the 20 itself. Like
right.
not
Right.
21, but 20 itself. If you hit 20, then the transaction will pass.